How you going, everybody? This is Natasha from Boss Dread. These are only some of the most common misconceptions that I've realized throughout doing dreadlocks and also having dread. If you had dreadlocks for a while, it comes with the territory. One of the biggest misconceptions, like I do dreads, I've been doing dreads for quite a while. One of the biggest misconception that I get all the time, this is the type of style that you get just if you don't want to do nothing, if you're just kind of lazy. At the time when I started, I found the people that were kind of had that mindset mainly were people that were going into uni. You know, they got a 4-year course ahead of them. They have to kind of save a lot on money and everything, do a few cutbacks. And, you know, I encountered that more around that setting. This is actually one of the hardest hairstyles, I think, to keep up maintaining. And more so because people have that mindset in the beginning. They think, oh, you know, I'll get dreads and I don't have to do too much with it. It's an easy hairstyle. How bad can it get? But it actually is a lot of hard work. So, you know, just things like washing it, looking after it, you know, maintaining it, make sure your regrowth and everything like that. It's a lot of hard work, but I have to say it will become harder work later on if you don't tend to do things with your dreadlocks. You know what I mean? So if you let it go, if you have that mindset and you tend to let it go, you don't do too much with it, it becomes difficult. And before you know it, you've got something that you can't even tackle, let alone look at. Some people don't mind it, though. I've seen people running around crazy-ass dreads, and they're good with it. I think, you know, how you carry it, how you feel, that's okay, you know. They'll try and tiptoe around the question. So one of the things I get all the time is, how do you wash that? Well, I wash it just fine, you know. Like, you wash your hair. Same. See, the only difference is it is a bit of a process to wash it, but I wash it. So I don't understand why people would think that you could go. I mean, look, some of us keep our dreads for years. You know what I mean? So can you imagine hanging around with somebody for so many years? And this isn't a live thing. This is alive. You know, it's not dead. Your hair's alive. You know what I mean? So, you know, it'd be smelling, it'd be looking worse, it'd be all kinds of craziness. It's a proven fact that even without dreadlocks, you don't have to wash your hair as often. If you let your hair go once a week, it's not going to be bad for you. It's actually going to allow your natural oils to get into your hair. You know, you're not adding so much chemical. It won't dry out so much, and it's better for you. You know what I mean? You just make your once a week wash a quality wash. You know what I mean? But we're the same. The only difference is that we might not wash our hair once a week. You know, we might do it once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. If your dreads are smelly, or, you know, you haven't washed it for ages, you're self-conscious. You know, even if you're in denial about it, you're self-conscious. While I'm thinking of it, is knits. Okay, knits, kutu. I don't know, you know, certain people call it certain things, but they're really creepy crawlies inside your hair. Now, most people get those when they're in primary school or school, basically. Not so much high schoolers. I don't really know much high schoolers who got it, but I know a lot of kindergarteners. And, you know, kids at that age, they'd be sharing hats. They'd be giving them hats to go out in the playground and stuff like that. So it's really, you know, you just have to keep on top of it because you can't help it. The kids are going to be huggy. Mainly the girls, though. Huggy-touchy. Not so much the boys. And, you know, they always got their hair nice and short. But one of the biggest misconceptions is that people tend to think that if you've got dreadlocks, you're literally an environment for knits. Knits love dreads. So, you know, and that actually makes it really, really hard. Have you ever tried to go out in public? I'm sure everybody has, but, you know, have you ever tried going out in public with dreadlocks? And you're just feeling, you know, it's hot, or you just kind of, or maybe the hair is sitting a type of way, so you just have a little scratch or a little itch. Sometimes it's a nervous thing. Sometimes you just do it because you can, you know what I mean? There's no science to it. But the minute I've noticed that if you're out in public and the minute that you touch your hair, I don't know if that's how I feel, you know what I mean? But sometimes I think, oh my God, people are going to think I have nits. So I'm really self-conscious if I'm feeling itchy as hell to sit there and mentally scratch it, because I'm worried somebody's going to think I've got nits. Dreadlocks, they kind of get nits, don't they? Like, no, nits don't hang out in dreads, you know what I mean? It's not their environment. I just always just caution my clients that do have little kids that's in kindergarten and primary school, to, where the kids are young, they're always getting close. The teacher's always giving them hats to walk out the door with, for sun safety and everything like that. I just caution them to, be careful that they don't get it on their hair. Do you know what I mean? And it's mainly clients that do have kids around that age that might get that. But they're very easily taken care of, because guess what? This is not their environment. This is not like, nits don't just wake up and go, oh, I'm going to look for dreadlocks to sit in. No, they don't. You know what I mean? And it's a proven fact. Spiders. Spiders do not live in your dreads. Wow. This particular person apparently went to go and get their dreadlocks cut off, and a spider's nest was sitting in it, and all of a sudden, I don't know, the clippers or something disturbed it, and it bit the person, and the person died. I've heard so many versions of that story, it kills me. And I remember when I was working on the coast, that was literally like the first thing that I would get all the time when I say to somebody, oh yeah, I do dreadlocks. Spiders live in there. But I'm going to tell you something. No. Okay? It doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, you literally go to have to live within a spider's environment. Just to keep it short, you pretty much have to live in an environment where the spiders is for them to mistaken you for their home. Okay, you got a little bit of spiders in the backyard, or you got one or two in the house or something, or in a particular place where there's spiders, they're not going to start running to you because you've got dreadlocks. It's getting better now for people with dreadlocks. I don't know where, I assume there's more people in different professions around the world than there is in Australia, but I've been living in Australia for the last 33 years or so, plus, I think. And, I reckon only the last 10 years you can see some people with dreadlocks in certain industry, that, just because you had dreadlocks, it wasn't kind of like, oh, what's that person doing there? Actually, they probably think we're real friendly because we got dreadlocks, but not all the time. It wasn't always that way. So one of the misconceptions I like to talk about, the one I'm going to end it with, is the fact that people tend to think if you have dreadlocks that you're either jobless, you're a bum. If you do have a job, you look for those type of jobs that you can bum your ass in, you know what I mean? Do bugger all. People are quite surprised that you've got a normal job, you know what I mean? Because people tend to think that if you're getting dreadlocks, like you're just at a point in your life that you don't give a shit. You know what I mean? You've given up on life. You don't want to work. If you do want to work, you just want to look for something quite easy. And coming off that is that you're some type of drug dealer. A lot of people don't talk about this, but look, I remember going to certain cities. I'm not going to say which one particular because, I don't want to have a big bust going on in that city just based on my video. But I remember going to a certain city and I didn't even get out the damn airport. I did get out the airport. I was at the airport and I went straight to the mall there. And the amount of people that popped up to me and said, hey sis, hey sister, do you know where I can get some weed from? So one of the biggest misconception is thinking that people with dreadlocks are just stoners. You know what I mean? Comes off the bum of being bums. I mean, like, being bums, not having a job, don't want to do shit with our life, just basically give up. But shit, weed is not cheap, I heard these days, so obviously we're going to have a job to pay for it. But anywho, not going on about that, because that's another video. No, but just saying, okay? Just because you have dreadlocks, it doesn't mean that you smoke weed. Like, look, I won't even lie. I smoked a lot of weed back in the 80s, but I'm telling you something. These days, I am too paranoid to be even standing next to somebody that looks like they're smoking weed, because the misconception that comes with it. I mean, you could have a bar full of people and you're the one with the dreadlocks, you know, the dude standing in front of you like, he looks like he's high, but they will come up to you and they'll know that you smoke weed, or you've got weed, or you know the best hookup, or you've got the best dealer. Trust me, 9 out of 10 times, look, I worked at the airport, and I'm going to tell you something. Most of the time, I got that extra look because I did have dreadlocks, you know what I mean? So they're always constantly thinking that somehow if I'm not high, I got something on me, I'm carrying something, or I'm importing something, or whatever. You know, you always get that extra look. But look, I'm thinking, why are you looking at me with my dreadlocks and everything, thinking, yep, we've got one. She's definitely carrying a few kilos up in here, okay? A dude, nicely shaven, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful suit with a big ass, beautiful crocodile suitcase will be just walking straight past you with 20 Ks in the bag, okay? We don't run around looking like we don't do this on purpose so that we can be like a complete target for people to catch us and go, oh my God, we got him. Do you know what I mean? If that's the case, then you can kind of like use us as bait, set us up everywhere, because I'm telling you, not all dreadheads, not all people with dreadlocks smoke weed, you know. But listen, if the shit gets legalized, I'll be using that shit on my body and my skin, and I'm drinking it for health purposes. That's it. If you're a certain age and you've got dreadlocks and everything, it's not so much a style where you wear because you're trying to look a certain way. It's a lifestyle. It's something that becomes you. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know myself without dreadlocks. You know what I mean? And I used to be one of those people that would have a style every month. You know what I mean? Every 3 to 4 weeks, I'm doing something different to myself. So, but once I started getting dreads, and this is like my 3rd, 4th dread that I've had, and, you know, I've kept it for so many years, I realized that this is me. I don't know myself without dreadlocks. And, you know, dreadlocks come with a lot of misconception, you know what I mean? In your work, like you've got to be really comfortable with your work and where you're working. I worked at the airport, and I tell you what, I was paranoid as hell pretty much the first year of being there, and always trying to make sure that I look straight and, you know, I keep straight, more so because I know what people were thinking, you know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes you get people just coming up to you and talking about weed, you know, having a weed conversation. Like, how the fuck should I know? Excuse me, I shouldn't swear, but boop. You know, they'll just have a conversation with you. Like, I remember a few times when I was working, people would have these conversations. I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and have a whole conversation about weed when I know what you're thinking, but it's not right, you know. So people will be doing things like that. And then, you know, going to a certain, you know, I know a lot of clients that cut their dreadlocks, you know, going after a job, or while they were, you know, or got asked within the job to get rid of it, because what happens is it's like, oh, you know, they think that you're going to bum around, or you're going to be high all the time, or, you know, hey, you might fail the drug test. You know what I mean? So, tap a weed head. Most of the people, trust me, I'm starting to get the image now that most of the people that are getting high every day don't look like me. You know what I mean? They don't look like me. You know, no, I'm not even going to tell you what they look like, but I'm, you know, as surprised as you might be, you know, some people watching this video might be, that all dreadheads don't get high. I'm always surprised when I see some clean-cut kind of person, you know, somebody in a business suit smoking on something like, looking like, wow. You know, they've been doing it for years. All right, well, I hope you got a lot from this video. um if there's anything that I haven't spoken on, I'm sure I've missed some stuff. But this video is going to go for a lot longer than what I wanted it to. I really did want to make it a short video. If there's anything I missed out on, anything that you think, stuff that you've dealt with or experiencing, while having dreadlocks, or you've heard or anything, please comment below, or send me an inbox, and then I'll try and make a video about it. I like to say I'm a world of information, but if I don't know, I will find out. That's basically it. Well, it's been really, really nice talking to you all, and now, first video, I'm quite nervous, so I don't know. I'm basically talking to myself, so I don't know. But I'm nervous. I've been wanting to do videos for quite a while and everything, so I hope you like this video. I hope it's hit some points, and I hope you can watch more of my videos, so that you get some more beautiful information, or you get some information that helps you. Okay, this is what the videos is going to be about. So I'm gonna try and keep most of them short. But listen, for everybody that knows me, they know I can talk underwater. So most of my videos are going to try and be short, to answer some quick questions. But other videos is like, it's an explanation of everything. But at least within one video you get to learn a lot. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for liking my video if you press that like, and thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Have a beautiful day. Boss Dreads out.